Friends, we start tonight with a situation out in Oregon where an occupier was shot and killed last night. Oregon State Police and the FBI surrounded several key members of the occupation at a traffic stop miles from the wildlife refuge. This has been going on for 4 weeks, this standoff, and locals wanted it to end. In the end, 8 occupiers were arrested, including the group leader, Ammon Bundy.
It is the actions and choices of the armed occupiers of the refuge that has led us to where we are today. They had ample opportunity to leave the refuge peacefully. And as the FBI and our partners have clearly demonstrated, actions are not without consequences.
The FBI now has checkpoints surrounding the refuge, and the Bureau says those still occupying will be stopped and identified as they exit. For more on this, let's turn now to RT's Alexey Yaroshevsky. Alexey, tonight the word is that Ammon Bundy, through his attorney, is asking everyone to disperse and leave the refuge. What's the latest as you know it from Oregon?
At this moment, Ed, it's really hard to verify the authenticity of that statement, although it's been reported that through his lawyer, indeed, Ammon Bundy did say to all other occupiers who still remain at the compound here that they need to go home. And I can quote his statement. He said that, "Go home, hug your families, let us take it from here." That's what he said through his lawyer, reportedly. I'd like to remind that he was, as you said, among the 8 occupiers who were arrested miles from where we stand right now. And as you can see for yourself, the road to the compound has been closed by the authorities. The FBI reportedly setting up a checkpoint just pretty much 2 miles away from here. The compound itself is about 6 miles from here, but that is as far as we could get here. Now, the biggest question, of course, is whether this is the end of the road for the protest action here at the compound, which has been lasting for 25 days already. But so far, there has been no news coming from inside the compound whether the occupiers would actually want to leave it for now.
Alexey, what is the reaction on the ground? Because the locals there have wanted this to come to a conclusion to the point where they were about to ask federal authorities to step in. What can you tell us about the reaction on the ground?
Well, that has been the talk of the town for more than 3 weeks now, Ed. And indeed, it's really hard to get the reaction from the locals now. We've seen a number of cars driving through this improvised checkpoint here where the road is closed. None of them actually provided any commentary as to whether they wanted the protesters to leave or whether they wanted them to stay. But again, the biggest question right now is whether those people remaining in the compound, and there's no even exact information as to how many people are still remain there, whether they want to leave at all. Probably the most worrisome sign at the moment is that some are saying that the FBI are indeed setting up a checkpoint there. We could see some sort of a crane in the distance over there, probably setting up lights, which looks like pretty much a checkpoint, a proper checkpoint. And again, with the information surfacing that all those exiting the compound will be identified and arrested immediately, that doesn't, give a lot of calmness to the overall situation. But we'll see how it unfolds later in the evening tonight.
All right, Alexey Yaroshevsky reporting live tonight from Oregon, where the standoff continues.